Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about. Have your fucking cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. Bitch, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Mikey, and as always, riding with me shotgun, my boy Tommy. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, Mr. Mikey, who almost forgot Friday Night Lights?
I did.
He's blurry. He almost forgot Friday Night Lights. He was taking a nap, cutting the lawn.
I forgot it was Friday.
Everything but the damn show.
Everything but the show. What a
right.
slacker that guy is.
Right.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Mikey will be back. Oh, there he is. He's still blurry. Blurry guy.
I don't know why.
Too bad. Is Mr. Mikey too blurry for you guys? I mean, I guess
I don't know why. It's driving me crazy.
I know. It's technology, man. Technology is something else, man. You're gonna figure it out. How about pop out, pop in, like the whole thing?
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
There we go. All right, I'll talk to Bill's Mafia. Why not? Go ahead, Mikey. Get out of here. All right, first of all, let's get to some of your chats while we're waiting on Mikey. Chris716, go Bills. Damn right, go Bills. Jason in the house, man. God, please give me the strength to slap the next person who says trade Diggs. Jason, don't put me in timeout. I just heard and seen it 100 times. Nah, you're good. Never get timeout. Jason, thanks for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. Juicy Stephon Diggs leaving Buffalo. No. So, I answered that for you. Oh my God. Everyone who either isn't good at math or doesn't use math at all keeps saying Buffalo should trade him, which they can't, and that is correct. And you're not blurry anymore. See, sometimes
there we go.
Pop back in.
That was driving me
What
nuts.
up, Triggs? Yeah, I know, man.
It threw me off. Like when we popped on the screen, I was blurry and I forgot what show I was at and what I was doing.
Sometimes it's just the StreamYard stuff, or I love the Curtis Samuel signing. We'll get to that later. Spin with the Diggs tweet. I'm guessing it's just something that people are making something out of nothing. He tweeted. What did he tweet, Mikey?
He said something like, "I'm ready for anything."
Yeah, something like that.
It's like something very cryptic that he does.
It's what he does. It's nothing new. Don't know what does it say? What? I don't know who that is, but thanks. I'll check him out. I promise. Thanks for the I'll see you go, Bills. And Mikey's going to take over chats in a minute. I'm doing his thing for now. Jordan Poyer went to Miami. Yeah, that's a great. Me and Mikey were actually talking about that right before we went live. I think it's a great signing. And Saron Neal as well went to Miami, and I think both are really good signings. Dwight, what up, Tommy? What up, Dwight? And the last one before Mikey takes over, C Rose, what is up? She's laughing, maybe laughing at you. Diggs is. And Roy, all you need is a third grade education and know they can't trade or cut Diggs.
So let's talk Diggs real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Stephon Diggs' contract, technically after June 1, you could cut him. You can save some money, or you could trade him. You can't cut him. You can trade him, and you can save some money. But the dead cap next year is so astronomical that it makes zero sense. Like, could you save money this year? Yes. But you're going to have so much dead cap that it doesn't make any sense to do that. So people just, they don't look at contracts. They just like the idea like it's Madden.
Yeah.
You can turn off salary cap and make the trade.
Like the only way I was telling Mikey, like the only way it's possible is if honestly, like he wanted out of Buffalo so bad, like he hated Buffalo, which I don't think he does, but I don't think he has the passion here anymore. But he'll still play, and I don't think he like hates us. But if he hated us to the most hate he could ever have, and he was willing to rework the contract where he gives back to 30 and get traded, then yeah, I could see it happening. But I don't. Why would he do that? Like, it makes no sense. He's not going to eat 30, redo the contract, signing like bonus, whatever. It's just not going to happen. So he's here. He's here at least another year until we can kind of move, figure stuff out. But he ain't going nowhere this year.
Trixum says I'm still iffy with the Curtis Samuel signing because it just makes me think we're going to draft a safety or a D lineman in the first and second rounds, not a wide receiver. Trix, I don't think it's going to do anything. I think we needed that extra receiver anyways. He also can play outside or inside, and really all three of our guys now, Shakir, Diggs, and Samuel, all have the ability to play outside, inside. Mm-hmm. So we have the ability to be, fluid and do different motions and put guys in different places. So it's one of those things. I don't think it stops us.
Right.
I pray to God we're not going D-line or safety in the first round.
Right.
Enough with the freaking defense. Because here's the thing. Diggs is going to be 32 after this year.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel's going to be 29 with 2 years left. And Shakir's going to be in a contract year. We need to get a young receiver in the pipeline that could take over for Diggs down the line. And that's where you need to do it. The first round, just suck it up, bite the bullet, make the pick. If the guy's there, we don't need to be reaching.
That's right.
What Curtis Samuel allows us to do is now, if say the top three are gone and then AD and Thomas Jr. are gone, right? Now you don't have to reach for that next tier. If you have one of the top defensive tackles on the board, you can take him. If one of the top three, DNs fell, you could take one of them. I don't think you should reach for a DN that's a second round talent in the first round, But what if one of the elite corners are still on the board? You can grab them.
Interesting.
This allows you so many more options because you don't have because you got another wide receiver who is productive. And Josh Allen's the best quarterback he's going to play with to this point. He's been productive with bad quarterbacks.
Yeah, I agree. I think what Curtis Samuel brings, and I'm hoping that the Bills can figure this out, is he brings a bit of everything. He's not great at everything. He's just really good at everything, right? And the one thing that I think he's really, really good at is screen passes. But can the Bills finally get that shit going, right? Because he's a guy that can make it happen, right? He's the guy that does it very well. And maybe that's been the problem. Maybe we just don't execute him. And maybe the coaches are teaching him, right? We just didn't have the personnel to do it. Maybe
Diggs isn't that guy to be running bubble screens with.
Exactly. So we'll see if Curtis Samuel can be that guy. And maybe they can, Joe Brady can finally get that screen game going. Because I feel like that's a big part of Curtis Samuel's game, right? Is getting, like, that's part of the game that if you take that away from him, it's like, man, you know what I mean? So, like, I hope they get that figured out. But to your point, man, with adding him, I feel like now for sure the Bills don't need to reach for a receiver. If he's not there, there's a lot of receivers in this draft. It's heavy. It's a heavy receiver class. For me, if a safety's there, I'm on board with the safety more than the line or edge. If a safety's there and he slipped down or slid down a little bit, I would take the safety and then you draft a receiver in the second round. But for me, it's between rounds 1 and 2 is where you want to get a receiver no matter what. For me, if it's not round 1, you have to get him in round 2. You can't start playing that game where you get into round 3, round 4, round 5, and
we don't have a round 3.
No, on round 3. Well, we may. Yeah. You never know.
You'd have to trade into round 3 to get that.
But I could definitely see that, by the way, happening.
Yeah.
11.
I'm with you on that. Because here's the thing: if you go round 2, the guys that are going to be there round 2, and as of right now, the guys that kind of sit there, Coleman, Leggett, Polk, Worthy. Those are the type of guys that are there right around our area, based off of the different mocks that you have. The round 3 guys, that's the McCaffreys and Javon Baker and those are the 3-4 round 3, round 4 guys. I would much rather get a round 1, round 2 guy than a round 3, round 4 guy.
Absolutely.
That's just
absolutely.
me. I just want to build that up.
I'm with you. I'm with you too. Like Curtis Samuel's a good listen. What was it? 3-year contract.
Yeah.
I
really,
think he's going to be
2 years.
Right, with an option out of
2-year,
3.
$15 million.
Yeah, but let's say even 3, whatever.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a good player while he's here. I do. I think he'll be productive. But it's not going to be like productive like 1,000 yards. I just don't see that happening. But I do think the Bills need to start searching, like you said, for that number 2 who could be the number 1 when Stephon Diggs leaves Buffalo, because it's going to happen. The writing's already on the wall. Like, that's going to happen. When is it going to happen? We'll see. But we need to start preparing for that. And this is the draft to do it, in my opinion. It's heavy. It's and you could get one of those guys in the second round potentially, where you don't need to have a top 10 pick to get a good receiver in the draft. So I think this is the draft to do it. They got to start leaning on the offense more. I felt like by the way, I'm sure we'll get to it. I didn't mind the linebacker that we picked up. I think it's a way better option for depth. And we'll talk about later than Klein or Dotson would be. He's I feel like he's a veteran, been around.
Dotson 2.0.
Yeah, but I don't mind. But he also started last year. He had the green dot. He had good tackles. I get that he's a pass coverage a little shaky, but I still think it's a decent deal. I don't mind the deal. With a 1-year deal. I mean, like we're gonna get a lot of those, by the way. Still, I don't think we're done on the 1-year deals, Mikey. You think Curtis Samuel, by the way, is going to be? Because I know we're going to talk about it later, but you think he's going to be the top free agent we sign? Like, is he going to be the guy? Like, when it's all said and done? Or
I hope all said and done, it's Justin Simmons. That's who I'm hoping.
Yeah, me too.
We
really need.
Because here's the thing: Justin Simmons is the free safety that you just would bring me so much more comfort. All pro coming off an all pro season.
I agree.
It's going to come down to what he wants money wise. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get to his money. It's why he hasn't signed yet. But I want to hit on Joey. Joey said, "What if Chop Robinson was there at 28, and we just signed a receiver? Do you take him?" Here's the thing: Chop Robinson's probably going to be there at 28. Chop is right now is considered, early second round pick, so it'll probably be there 28. Here's the thing about Chop. Chop has all the physical abilities that just hasn't put out the production. You know what I mean? It's odd. Like, I mean, he's done well in college, but he just, I don't know. There's just something missing there. And it's one of those, really low ceiling or really high ceilings, really low floors guys.
Right.
Like Chop, if he hits, could be a superstar. He could also be Aaron Maben.
Aaron Maben. Don't remind me. I was kind of excited initially when we first drafted Aaron Maben because he had upside. Like, I saw he was pretty good in college, right? Like, but it just that was terrible.
Yep. My favorite thing, and I just don't want to continue on Chop because I like Chop, and in the second round I like him. If we traded back out of the first and we took Chop in the second, I'd be okay with that. If we traded back and picked up a round 3 pick because none of the guys that we liked or on the board were there, and then we took Chop with our first pick in the second round, I'd be okay with it. I don't want to take Chop at 28.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
When it goes back to Curtis Samuel, people were, I was just reading the comments. My favorite part about him is he separates. I think Cover One put out a stat that he was tied with like Tyreek Hill, or he was right behind Tyreek Hill for the amount of yards of separation he gets at like 3. And Tyreek was like at 3.3 and he was like at 3 yards. And he's like one of the fastest guys off the line, in like in the first 5 yards or whatever it is. Like he's explosive and he gets separation. And that's what you need with Josh Allen, is a guy who gets separation, because Josh isn't a, anticipatory thrower. He doesn't, throw people open very often. And he can, but he doesn't do it. He likes to see him open and then throw it really hard. Because he's got the arm to do it. So he reads it and then he throws it.
Yeah. I agree.
You know,
I mean, like I said, man, I think, like you said too earlier, Curtis Samuel hasn't really had the luxury with quarterbacks, you know, that he's going to have in Buffalo with Josh Allen, right? So his numbers, he could be a lot better than really what we've even seen, and what we've seen is pretty good, pretty good production, considering all the quarterbacks he's been with. And, you know, I would really say honestly, kind of backup type quarterbacks. I mean, really, I mean, if you think about it, all
he
backups.
spent 2 years with Kyle Allen. You know, Carson Wentz when he went after he left Indy. Sam Howell's probably the best one he's played with.
Right, and he was his rookie. He was a rookie, so
Yeah.
like he was shaky at times. So
my favorite part about Samuel though is you can put him in the backfield. So some of those passes that Cook dropped, you can run Samuel on those routes.
Yeah,
he's not going to drop those. You know, he's also really good at running the ball. Like I could see him getting 3-4 carries a game, and then 3 or 4 targets a game, so you're getting 8 to 10 looks a game. You know, and you'll I bet you see the jet sweeps come back, the pop passes, some of the tricky stuff because we have a guy who can do it.
Right.
He's what the Bills Mafia wanted Isaiah McKenzie to be.
Yeah.
Like we loved Isaiah.
I think Isaiah signed with the Giants, right? He's back with Dable now, correct?
Yeah.
I thought I saw that. Okay.
Oh God, give me Brian Thomas Jr. all day, Amy. He is my draft crush. Brian Thomas.
Yeah, will he be there?
No, we'll have to trade up to get Brian Thomas.
Yeah,
he's probably going to go between 18 and 24.
Right.
So we'd have to trade to go up and get him. Maybe it was a 1-year flash in the pan. Yeah, I do agree with that. Chop has 2 years. That's it. You know, he's not like he's a 4-year starter. He has 2 years of solid production for an underwhelming team. You know, it's just it's one of those things. It's a hit or miss. The whole draft is is a lottery. You know, can't win if you don't play.
Absolutely.
And having 11 tickets gives you a better shot at hitting on one of them.
Yeah. Though I don't think we'll pick 11 times, but I get where you're going.
I don't either.
By the way, we did grab some compensatory picks for 2025. So far, yeah. I'm just saying, but that's pretty good, So we do have some picks next year, and we didn't give up any compensatory picks with the guys that we lost, so that's good too. So it's not like we're losing picks either.
I think they said Buffalo had 21 guys that left the team from last year, and I think there's only like 6 of them left that haven't signed.
Wow.
I saw it on Twitter this morning. It was crazy, and 3 of them are maybe retirements. And Hyde's probably going to retire. Phillips is probably going to retire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Phillips. Last thing I heard, he was thinking about retirement, which usually, and I don't think from his injury history over the last 4 seasons, I don't know if anyone. I mean, maybe somebody might take a chance on him, but I just feel like right now, I think his body's hurting. Man, he's had it. You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe he'll bounce back and somebody will sign him if there's an injury. Let's say even Buffalo. Let's say we're whatever week 14 and we got some injuries going.
You mean Lindell Joseph first? Call Lindell Joseph again.
I'm just throwing. You're right though. He would always be
call Lindell first, please.
Right. He's just waiting, boy. He's on a boat. Phone's always on. He's like, yeah, I'll be right there.
Yep. Our buddy Weston coming in, the resident Kansas City Chiefs fan. Hollywood Brown, baby. Listen, I love Hollywood's speed.
Good pickup. Yep.
It's a great pickup.
Yep.
His hands scare the hell out of me. Career-wise, he's like a 56% catch rate guy. Very much a Gabe Davis type. Just with crazy speed. The thing is you're willing to overlook the drops because he catches so many bombs.
Yeah. What was the deal on that?
Get those big plays.
Was it a decent deal?
1 year between up to $11 million. I think his base is 7, and with incentives could go up to 11.
Okay, I don't think that's terrible on a flyer. I mean, You know, why not? I mean, you
It
got
brings speed back to that Kansas City offense.
right. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, why not? You know, well, they're Super Bowl champions. What do they got to fear by bringing that
Listen, they did it with a bag of
doesn't work out. We'll still win a Super Bowl.
Racing Rice and a bag of drag-alongs in the wide receiver room.
A guy that they let go, they brought him back in a trade. Just Hardman, right? It's like,
and
sure,
MVS who dropped everything all year and then caught it in the Super Bowl.
All right.
Just give Andy Reid and Pat and those guys credit. They always find a way to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Brian Thomas is going to be the 4th wide receiver off the board. Yes, I agree. And I think he's going to go between pick 18 and 24. So we would have to move up to truly get Brian Thomas. Tommy, you're a University of Miami fan. How good is Kitchens?
He's real good.
Kitchens real good.
He's really good.
I think he's safety 1 this year.
Yeah, he's that's what I'm saying. Like,
him and Newman.
If we got lucky and he was sitting there, or like we could, or he slid a little bit where we could maybe trade up to get, he was possible trade to get up to get him. Man,
trade in what round?
Well, it depends. It depends on the round. Like I think he's a second, third round player. So if let's just say hypothetically, first round you get. Let's say they don't get a receiver. Let's say they get a receiver first round. Let's say they do. Second round comes. Let's say they have to move back up to get him, because you don't want a guy like that going away, in my opinion. So I think he would have to trade up either round, because we have late picks in each round. So it's not like we're picking early in the second round, Mikey. You get what I mean? Unless we trade back, then that's different. But I don't see us trading.
If we trade back, if we trade down,
right, then it's possible.
See, I don't think Kitchens is a top. Yeah. It depends on how far we trade back. If we trade back to like the middle of round 2 and we pick up like a mid round 2 and pick up an early, mid round 3 guy, and then you have those 2, I could see us take in Kitchens with our second round pick. Our first round being probably a defensive end, defensive tackle, and then Kitchens the second. Then whatever that third round is, grabbing a wide receiver there.
If you get back up there, yeah, exactly.
I can see that.
Let's say like DeQuan Coleman is interesting because he had a terrible combine. Not terrible. He didn't have the greatest combine.
He didn't have the greatest 40. He had a really good combine. He didn't have the greatest 40.
Right, with the 40. Yeah, and I think they said the cones or something like that weren't the greatest, or some whatever drill. But either way, he could drop a little bit because of that. And that's good for the Bills. I mean, so let's just say hypothetically, let's say he gets creeping down to the late second round, possibly third. Then the Bills could possibly get back up to get him. And then they got their guys. They got the first round, second round. You got your safety. So it's going to be interesting, very interesting. But no, man, Kitchens is he's damn good. I even like the other safety. I forget his name. Williams?
Nubin?
The 6.
You're talking about the Miami guy. Williams.
Yeah, he's like 6 foot. Yeah. Now, I know you're saying
I think
transition to linebacker. Yeah. Man, he's a big boy, though.
6'5".
Yeah,
230. That's tough. And where Williams will struggle is turning, having the fluid hips to turn and run, in that path.
He'll be a day 3 pickup.
He'll be early day 3 pick probably.
Yeah, but I think it's a project. I wouldn't, if he's there. You got that many picks. I'm just saying if he's available. I think he's one of those guys that's why not? Like, even if you transition him to linebacker, okay. He's on a rookie deal. You got time to work with him. He's not going in. We put him on special teams. You know what I mean? For now. So I don't know. I think that I would definitely take a flyer on him late day 3.
Triggs, let's not start with Keon Coleman, please. One hit on Joey's comment. He said, I wish we could have gotten that big receiver from the Chargers, Williams. Problem is he can't stay healthy. Also, he doesn't want to come to Buffalo.
He never stays healthy, that guy.
If you believe if it was really him out on Twitter, he said, I want a quarterback who throws touchdowns in the red zone, not runs them.
Oh.
And Josh runs them.
Keenan Allen got traded, correct?
Right? Yeah. That Chargers offense is looking rough right now.
Depleted. Yeah. I mean, they got rid of
they got rid of Williams. They traded Keenan for a 4th round pick to the Bears.
Yeah, 4th round.
Dude,
man.
Okay, I gotta ask you. I've never seen this. Did you see that the Vikings picked up a 1st rounder today?
I did. They traded for the Bears. Was it the Bears?
No.
They traded somebody. I think somebody said was it Houston? Somebody said that they're trying. It looks like almost like they're trying to do what the Bills did in 2018, which is like when the Bills traded up and then they traded another pick to go up again to get Josh Allen. Like multiple, like they're using those picks to keep going up the ladder. So that's what they're saying. Like Minnesota's looking for maybe they're trying to get a quarterback. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what it looks like to me too.
Why would you trade out of the first round right now?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Who was it? Who was it? Houston?
I'm trying to find it.
Okay. Because maybe they got a lot of picks. I mean, I don't know what team it is, but maybe they just want to compile more picks, and maybe they have multiple.
Tyron Smith signs with the Jets. That's not good. They might go wide receiver round 1 now. Okay, Tyron Smith. What Tyron Smith do you get though? Spin the one that's always hurt or the All Pro?
Mm-hmm.
You know. That's like Armstead in Miami. You know, he's fantastic when he's on the field, but he's not on the field, but half the games.
Yeah.
So hey, if they want to go receiver, let them go receiver. Listen, there could be 4 receivers going in the top 10 if that's the case.
They need to. Jets offense is also they need I'm assuming Rodgers is coming back, so they definitely need
maybe
help.
Depends if he becomes a VP candidate.
You're right. Well, yeah, it's bullshit. You ain't gonna. You think that guy?
If he ends up on the ticket,
that will never happen. But anyways, I mean, they do still got Wilson, who's obviously their number 1, but they do need extra. They do need a number 2. Like they're lacking there. So I could see them definitely drafting a receiver. But we'll see. Who knows with that Jets team? I have no fucking idea what they do over there.
Dan comes and asks, do you favor a physical left guard or a physical center? I prefer a physical left guard. I want my center to be athletic enough to help my 2 physical guards.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't need just a road grader center. I need him to be able to, be athletic enough and get back. That's why I'm excited about Connor McGovern going to center. Because he's more of a finesse player like Mitch Morse than he is a road grader.
You think then they're going to have David Edwards compete for whoever they're going to probably draft? I'm guessing.
Yep.
Because there's really nobody on the team right now.
Alec Anderson
better than David Edwards. Yeah, but I think David Edwards is better than Alec Anderson at this point of his career.
I would disagree with that.
Unless Anderson has a hell of a camp and outperforms him, I don't see that happening. Not year 2 for him, or I believe it's year 2.
A guy I would look for in early day 3 is Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State. Big fan of his. Former tackle, can play any of the 5 positions. Huge fan of Cooper Beebe, and I wonder if he's even going to make it to day 3.
Yeah, if the Bills are smart though, they do draft a couple linemen in this draft. You got enough picks. I'm not totally. I like what I saw from Edwards last year, but I don't want to just hand him the job either. So, and worst case, he gets beat out. Even if he gets beat out, I'm not going to be sad about it. I'm going to be like, all right, well, he's a hell of a back. He's a hell of a depth piece. So,
not only that, but he can go back and play that jumbo tight end again too that he played last year. Because he was great in that role.
He was, yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
but we're also bringing back Doyle, who's coming back off of the season.
Is Doyle coming back?
Yeah, and he actually he also caught a touchdown. He played that jumbo tight end role too.
I know. He just has the worst luck.
Worst luck, man. Stephon comes in and asks if Chase Young is hanging around. Do you look into that? I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on Chase Young. I'm not gonna put a lot of money into Chase Young.
Right.
If he wants to come in at a relatively cheaper deal as a
proven deal so he can get a bigger contract the following year.
I'm somewhere.
Good with that. Yeah, I'm with you.
I would take a chance because he's also going to come in as DN4.
Yeah, I feel like Chase Young is starting to fall into the category. Clowney. Yeah, he's starting to fall in the category of Clowney. Like I have a feeling he's going to teams are going to pay him, overpay him, and then he's going to get hurt or not show up, and it's going to be a cycle, just like Clowney's been throughout his career. And I don't get the whole Clowney. Like, I don't get why teams keep getting fooled by Clowney. He's not a bad player. He just doesn't. He's not consistent, and he can't stay healthy. And I feel
last year
like,
was his first real year that
kind
he's
of
more of a
consistent on the consistent level.
Know what Clowney is? Clowney is Shaq Lawson at a higher profile. He's a really good run defender with occasional flashes as a pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to hit on Joey's question. He says, "Yeah, we could have gotten Keenan Allen for a fourth instead of giving up $30 million. What's your thoughts?" Keenan Allen's contract pays him $24 million this year. We didn't have that.
Right. Yeah.
Keenan Allen also doesn't fit what we're trying to do. Like, I like Keenan Allen as a receiver.
I do too.
But you're talking about a off injured, alpha receiver who plays, I think, like 80 or 90% of his reps in the slot. If we have the $24 million to give up this year to get Keenan, okay, I'm with it.
Yeah.
But I like what Samuel brings. And we're not paying Samuel $30 million. That's up to $30 million. We're actually paying Samuel 3 years, $24 million.
Yeah, and even
with
if
15 guaranteed.
Even if he gets the 30, that means he's
done well.
Right? So there's nothing to complain about at that point. I will say this: I'm not whatever. Keenan Allen for me, he's another guy he's productive. He's really great when he's on the field, but he also deals with a lot of injuries throughout his career. So that for me, paying a guy that much is a risky move,
and due to his age.
And he's been around. It's not like he's a couple years in.
He's like 33 now.
He's been in the league a little while. So, but he's damn, when he's on the field, he's damn good. But the thing is, he's not on the field a lot. But I think my guy, obviously, we talked about. I over Samuel, and I like Samuel, but I would have done the Henry deal over the Samuel deal. I get it's a little bit more money, but I still don't think. I feel like $10 million a season for that guy, 2 years. And remember, I called it, Mikey. I told you, wherever he goes, it's going to be like a 2-3 year deal. Like, that's where they see his window. And I think that's a perfect contract, 2 years, because I think that's what he has left to give you. Like a solid, 2 seasons. And that's pretty much where he'll be dwindling down because of how physical he is and, injuries and all that. But his age. But I thought that I would have took that. I would have signed him 2 years, $20 million all day. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And by the way, we don't know. He just chose Baltimore. Like, nobody knows who, if we talk to him or not. But I'm still cool with the Curtis Samuel signing. I feel like I said earlier in the podcast, I feel like he does a lot of everything for the offense. So that's going to help a lot. And he's good at those things. He's not just okay at he could do jet sweeps. He could screen passes. He can go deep if you want. He has good speed. Like, he does a lot of good hands. That's something like McKenzie, like you said earlier, what we try to have McKenzie do. McKenzie wasn't really a good receiver. Like, hands weren't the greatest, not the best route runner. He was
a great gimmick. He was a great gadget guy.
Right, yeah. Fast, but he lacks stuff, right? Curtis Samuel doesn't lack stuff. He's just really good at a lot of those things. So I don't think it's a bad deal at all. I think he's going to bring a lot of excitement to Buffalo. Something that really we've been missing. I'll be honest with you. I think we've been missing a guy like that since really, I would say, Cole Beasley left. Since Cole Beasley left, a guy like that, like a reliable target for Josh Allen when things are breaking down. Like, I think that's.
Although I think another full year with Shakir. You know what I mean? I think he was also that quick,
Oh, absolutely. Guy. Shakir's going to only get better. Yeah, I agree with you there.
It's the same with Kincaid. Everyone forgets.
But now, but I do question this though. I do question it. Not question. I do want to ask you. So we draft a receiver. Now you got Diggs. You got the receiver we draft, whoever it might be. You got Curtis Samuel. You got Shakir. And you got Kincaid, who's really a hybrid, right? Like, he's not really. I don't even know if I want to call him a tight end anymore because he's more like a receiver tight end. Now, who do you know what I mean? Like, now it's starting to become a little bit deep. Who do you go to? Like, right? You only have so much people could be on the field. So what do you do there? Like, who gets more snap counts?
Now you leave that up to your offensive coordinator to find a way to get the ball to people. Because here's what happens when you don't have that.
That's tough.
What happens is you have people like, Sherfield, playing in a divisional game, dropping balls.
Who
When
got
you
signed,
don't-
by the way?
When they figured out when they had 4 legit wide
Mack
receivers.
Hollins. Sorry to cut
Yeah,
you off. I forgot
yeah.
about him. Yeah.
When we had 4 legit wide receivers with Sanders, Diggs, Beasley, and Davis, we figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm saying
No, I get it.
give Joe Brady all the weapons you possibly can and let him figure it out.
I get it. I'm with you. I'm just saying. I think this. If we draft a receiver, I would say, and there's like you said, nothing wrong with having too many weapons, right? Like I get that part, but I think this will wind up being, depending on who we draft, the deepest receiving core that Allen's ever had, like weapons wise, to work with. Like there should be no more excuse now going into 2024. Like if our offense is like, you know, stalling, like looking stale, there's a problem. You got enough talent now around you where we should be putting up points, right? You have enough weapons now. And yeah, and we're not even there are still guys that are on the team from last year, like Justin Shorter. Now, Justin Shorter,
KJ
I still
Handler.
think, yeah, I still think
Isabella.
Shorter, Isabella, and then you got the other tall guy that actually had a decent preseason. What was his name?
Shavers.
Tyrell Shavers, right?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, guys, I feel like, man, it's going to be an interesting, very interesting camp. I'm so curious how the 50, like when we get everything like all set, how the 53 is going to look going into the 2024 season. Preseason is going to be very interesting. Yeah, for sure, especially whatever rookie we bring in this year. Like, because if we draft a rookie in round 1, round 2, you best believe he's going to be seeing playing time. And if you don't, then we got a problem. Like, I hope it's not a Kyer Elam situation where we draft a receiver and he winds up not starting, not playing. That's going to be a big problem. Whoa, we got somebody who I haven't seen in a long time. And that's Scott Blakely. Welcome back, Scott Blakely. Welcome back to the show. We lost Scott Blakely for a minute, guys. We did. We lost him for a minute, but he's back, and I'm glad you're back, Scott. I did miss you. I know we had our rift there, but I love you, man. I do. You know, I just hope you understand what I was saying, where I was coming from, brother. But I appreciate you coming back. I appreciate you showing love to the channel again, man. I really didn't want to lose you, man, as a subscriber, bro. So thank you so much. You know, honestly, man. And the chat missed you too, man, because you've been awesome for the past, God, how long I've been doing this for. So nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about right now, but me and you. So, thank you for coming back, man. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. All right, we're building a 57 Chevy. Yeah. Hey, Beth is in the house. What up, Beth?
Did I see Scott Blakely in the house?
You did. I just talked a little bit, and I told him
in the house.
I told him I appreciate him coming back, and that's between me and Mr. Scott. Yep. So thank you, Scott.
I do love Leonard Taylor from Miami too. I don't think he's a first rounder. He's fallen in the draft pundit circles. I think he's going to be probably a round 3 pick. So if we're trading back at all, I could see him being one of the first or second round picks.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Beth's in the house.
Yeah, Beth was she popped up on Wednesday on Mafia Talk, and they don't, you know, Mafia Talk right now is learning all of our subscribers, right? So all of the regulars. So I think they thought Beth was new, and I'm like, nah, bro. Beth's been around a minute, bro.
Yeah, she's an OG. You know, back from the beginning.
Yeah,
you know?
Long time, man.
Gotta love it. Scott, busy off season for me. Yeah, you and me both, brother. You know, Mike starts his new job next week.
He does. Everybody congratulate Mike.
Yeah.
Got a new job.
Got a new job. Start that next week. He'll be excited about that. You know. So I forgot where I left off. Sorry. I got like a cramp in my back and I had to go get something to take
No, you're good.
for
You're
it.
good. We all forgive you. We all forgive
I forget what we were talking about.
how great I am. I don't know.
I know we weren't talking about that. Nice try, brother.
Man, come on, you could have just go with it. Oh my god. I think we were just talking about the receivers. So
Okay.
how much depth we have, even with the guys that we have from last year that are trying to make the 53, like a Justin Shorter, like Shavers. And I was saying, man, it's going to be a really, when you left us for a second, it's going to be a really interesting camp and preseason to see the battling in camp, especially with the rookie. Like, you draft a first or second round receiver. Bills Mafia. I mean, we're going to expect to see him on the field, right? So, yeah, he's going to have to battle and beat out because Sean McDermott, he just doesn't give it to you. So no matter where you're drafting, and Kyrie Elam is a great example of it. So it's going to be really interesting, camp and preseason to see who earns that spot because there's only so much room for receivers on game day. Like that is true. You know what I mean? Like, I get Joe Brady has a lot of options now, but you can only keep so much, right? Yeah. There's a guys going to be in the practice squad, and guys are going to get scooped up from the practice squad. Can't keep them all. There's going to get teams like the Giants going, oh, fuck, we like the shorter guy. Well, teams are going to be scooping up. So we gotta, it's going to be interesting, Mikey.
See, I thought, I liked Trey Palmer better, coming out. I liked Hutchinson better coming out. I wasn't a huge shorter draft guy. You know what I mean?
I know.
Loved his build.
Yeah.
Didn't see the production, and usually he's just a raw prospect. So those guys don't turn out in the NFL. Doesn't mean that he can't, and I'd love to see it. Maybe he becomes just a really good special teamer. We need those.
I mean, listen, man, you never know. Yeah, I'll never. Anyone in the NFL is in the NFL for a reason, right? Not saying they'll make it, right? But they got there for a reason. Justice Shorter has all the abilities to become a good receiver in the NFL. It's really up to him to take it to work hard at it and to earn it. And maybe he does. So I just feel like when I did that video about him when we drafted him, I just feel like what set him back was the injuries throughout college, and if he could stay healthy and work at his craft, he has all the tools, Mikey, to be a very good receiver.
In his first training camp, he got hurt and
injured. Yeah. But I kind of go back to, if we really want to go back in time, we go back to Isaiah Hodgins. If I were to do a video on Hodgins when we drafted
Hodgins over Team Davis. Because remember, there was a lot of.
You remember that, right? Hodgins, he was on fire in camp when early on we got him, and it was like Gabe or Hodgins. People were loving Hodgins or Gabe. And he got hurt, and then he got hurt again, and then eventually he didn't, and he got picked up, and then he had a decent.
By that time, we had brought in guys who were still healthy, so he's just stuck on the practice squad and then got picked up somewhere else.
Right.
Although he's out he's a free agent now because Dable didn't bring him back.
He didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I like, for me right now after the I'll be honest, after the Curtis Samuel signing, I'm good right now with receivers. Like. I want one in the draft. That's it. Give me one in the draft, and I'm good. I don't go get anyone else. Go get a running back in free agency. Go get defense. Go get offensive lineman if you want a 1 year But I'm good with receiver. Like, we are so stacked right now.
Go get us a freaking safety in
absolutely a safety. Yeah, a veteran safety.
Don't give me a freaking safety.
Good. Yes.
I do not want Cam Lewis starting at safety for us.
Right, man.
I love this comp that Triggs has here. Shakir's a bigger Cole Beasley, Samuel's Sanders 2.0. Their games are very similar. I think Samuel's actually a little bit more diverse than what Sanders was. He can also run the ball, and you can line up them all over the place.
He's an undersized. He's an undersized Debo. Like Debo Samuel's just like a big, like a
thick.
He's a lot, right? You don't want to tackle him. But Curtis Samuel can do all the things that Debo does. Runs a good route, good speed. He's just not.
He's just more. He's a shiftier Debo.
Exactly. So I thought Sanders was more. He was
a better
good
receiver.
route runner. Yeah, good route runner. Exactly.
What's up, Mario?
Hey,
Welcome to the chat.
Hey. Mario in the
And the
building.
beautiful bastard is you.
I know,
Calling you
man.
the beautiful bastard.
We got to link up one of these days, but we haven't linked up since draft day of like 2022, whenever the hell that was. My God, bro. It's been a while. So we definitely got to link up this season. This off. Yeah, for sure.
Lindsay says, if we draft Brian Thomas Jr. with the additions of Samuel, Collins, and Diggs, Shakir, Kincaid, Miami and the rest of the shitty AFC teams are going to shit themselves. Listen, if we get Brian Thomas Jr., you're going to see a happy Mike on draft night.
I know what's not going to be I know what's not going to be a happy Mike if we get one particular player back.
Don't even say it. Do not say his name. I will throw up.
I mean, hey, audience.
When it hit Twitter, I shut it down.
Chat. So, what is the player that Mikey would absolutely hate if we brung back to Buffalo? I'll give you a clue. One clue. He's a former Buffalo Bills player. That's it. That's all your clue. That's all I'm going to give you. He's a guy that
corner.
Mikey gave you a second clue. Mikey does not like this individual.
Bobby Hart.
No, Bobby.
I love me some Bobby Hart. I'm the president of the Bobby Hart fan club. Go ask the hashtag guys. Paul put together a whole song about it.
Right. Yes, it's not Bobby Hart. There it is. So what do you got to say about that, Mikey? I'll play it for you. Right?
Okay, no. No.
No part of that.
No.
Oh, makes me want to hurl. When I heard that, made me want to throw up. And we have people, and we have content creators bring him back. Bring him back.
Dude, no. I know, bro. And I so want to say something, but I don't want to have a Mafia Sports Report battle with Buffalo Rumblings or something. I'm good. You know what I mean? Bro, I got enough heat by a tweet. Bro, no joke, my guy. I put a tweet out. And maybe I did it a little too early, but I did put in the tweet, there's still time left for free agency. The draft's still right around the corner. I was just kind of speaking my mind as of that moment. And bro, my phone was getting hot.
I saw
from all the tweets, all the comments. I'm like, eventually I just deleted it because bro, it was 3 a.m, 3:30. My phone's going. I'm like, I just gotta delete this shit.
I see. No, I love Gilmore. I would love to see Gilmore back in Buffalo. As a cornerback 3, I think he's gonna go get a starting job somewhere because he played well last year for Dallas.
Does he like us though? I feel like he did.
Stop it, Trey.
I heard you heard about the Starlets. You like to get them both back.
Why?
Let's get Trent Murphy back while we're at it. let's just bring the whole cast back. Oh, who's the other guy?
Are we gonna bring Vontae Davis back too?
No. What's the one guy on the line that you didn't like that we overpaid for 2 years? What's his name?
Oh, Vernon Butler.
Yeah.
Waste of freaking money.
We just bring the whole cast back. We're just
Trent Murphy. Let's bring them all back. Trent Murphy.
Everybody.
Vernon Butler. Levi Wallace. Let's bring them all back.
You're forgetting one guy. Josh Norman, baby.
At least Josh Norman had a hit on special teams.
He did. That was great. I was like, all right.
He went out and played special teams and brought the lumber last year. I was good with that.
He did. I'll give it. If you want to come back on special teams, Josh Norman, Mikey approves. We'll give you the stamp of approval, right?
Oh, Beth, no.
Oh, Beth.
No, Beth, no. Please tell me you're talking about Jerry Hughes, because I would be okay with Jerry Hughes coming back and being DN 3-4.
Absolutely, Jerry Hughes.
Oh, salty Mikey's my Mikey. Oh God, no, I am not a Levi Wallace fan at all. Listen, I buried the hatchet with the guy after.
Yeah.
I let it go, and now they're talking about for 2 days, I had to stay off of Twitter because I just couldn't deal with the Mafia one. Did you guys forget about what happened at the end of his tenure?
Yeah, he's
people were ready for him to leave for a reason.
I'll give I always give credit where credit is deserved. He's a walk on. He didn't get drafted. He earned a spot in the NFL better than a lot of people, right? They go to college and never get, but doesn't mean you want him on your team either. Like I thought he did okay for us.
Mario Addison.
Yeah, but Mario Addison, yeah, I forgot about him. But he's just he's so limited. He's so limited as a corner. He just doesn't have the speed either.
Oh. Yeah, Mario, I'm with you, brother. I would have loved to pair Rapp and Fuller back together. They already had that that chemistry for their time together with the Rams. I would have loved that.
Did the Packers safety wind up signing somewhere?
Yep. We could have got Jeremy Chin, who's one of mine and Mario's draft crushes, for freaking
cheap.
$5 million.
You got a cheap deal. Yeah.
Oh, just so disappointing. So disappointing.
Now, like Simmons is still out there. Now you'd have to pay a little bit more for Simmons, but
there's
what's there? But I guess what's huh?
Here, I'll pop it up. There's a few guys out there.
Yeah, pop it on up, man.
I'll pop it on up, man. Pop it up. Come on. So here's some of the safeties that are out there. Eddie Jackson's still out there. Quandre Diggs is still out there.
Eddie Jackson.
Maybe they're holding out hope Micah Hyde comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what Brandon Beane's doing. He's just hoping Micah decides he wants to play.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. It's wishful thinking.
Rapp needs to be a free safety. He's better there. See, I disagree. I think Rapp's actually better in the strong safety because I think he plays too reckless to play free safety.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely draft crush. I know you love. Me and you both loved our Jeremy Chins. And who do we take that year instead? I don't even remember who it was. Was that the Epenesa pick?
I'd have to go back. And
was that the Epenesa pick?
Epenesa was round 2. We didn't have a round 1
I know.
pick. That was
no, I know. It was
2020.
Yeah, so it was the Epenesa pick. We took Epenesa rather than Jeremy Chin.
Okay.
Jeremy Chin went two picks later. Oh. Yes, agree with me, Beth. Always agree with me. It's a much better show that way.
It's much better.
Much better show that way.
right. Mikey likes it that way, all right?
Yeah.
Agree with him.
Von Bell, Marcus May is still out there. Chuck Clark. I'm a huge Chuck Clark fan. He's just a guy who can't stay. Epenesa was before. Okay, it was Boogie. Yeah, I know the Boogie pick. I wanted Creed Humphreys. And Epenesa
Boogie pick, the fucking Boogie
Chin
pick.
both got paid this year, so they were in the same draft class. So was
I'm still mad. I'm still mad about the fucking Boogie bashing fucking pick.
We could have had Creed Humphreys.
A fucking terrible pick. Like that's the one. Like I love Brandon Beane and love what he's done here, but my God, what was he thinking? That
Cooper DeJean, that guy is just an athlete. Where do you play him, Tommy? Do you know who Cooper DeJean is? Do you know who Cooper DeJean is?
No.
He's the defensive back out of Iowa.
Yeah,
you can play him at corner or safety.
You and Jarek know your college, like you know your college guys coming out of the draft. Like I'll give like Jarek and you could have a fucking hour-long show talking about that. He's good at it too. What, by the way, guys? If you haven't gone to Jan Sports, go ahead and go to Jan Sports, subscribe, and same with hashtag. Obviously, all y'all probably know hashtag, but go ahead and subscribe.
Lindsay, I love this comment. I actually posted something when Tommy was on, and on the first day of free agent on the free agent signing. It was you and you had a guest with you.
Oh, I had Jay. I had Jay on. Yeah, Jay from Mafia Talk.
Yeah, and I had posted in there, R.I.P. to Mahomes nuts. He better invest in a cup because now he plays Wilkins twice a year.
All right.
Him, Herbert, he's a crotch grabber.
Not just a cup. That dude is physical. That dude, like
he's a monster.
He's a monster, man. Like
good riddance.
Yeah, like I would love to.
Get him out of the AFC East. Thank you.
See you later, dude. Right? Yeah, he's a beast, man.
When Creed happened, Morse was coming off of the concussions, and they wasn't sure if he was going to continue playing, and that's why we thought we might go with it.
Yeah, Yeah. By the way, Moore signed with who did he sign with? Jacksonville along with Gabe Davis. That's right. I think that's a good. I think Jacksonville is a team to watch, man. I think they're doing it right over
Jacksonville
there.
made a mistake.
You think so? And getting what?
Yeah,
Our
they
guys?
let Ridley. Well, they have a bunch of
Ridley's going to get paid, right? Didn't really get paid, or he's still a free agent out there.
No, he got paid. He got paid by Tennessee.
Yeah,
he got 4 for 92.
Yeah, but they can go through. They can get draft. They're receiver heavy, man.
See, I think Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know, man. I feel like Gabe Davis is a solid number 2. He's going to get you.
He's solid.
He's going to get you 8. He's going to get you 8 to 900 yards there. I'm telling you. And not only that, will he be the number 1 if they don't draft a receiver? It's possible. So he might get 1,000. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, I feel like, listen, if they draft a receiver, though, Mikey, let's just say they find the receiver in the draft and it works out, right? They got a good team. I'm telling you. They got a decent team.
They're paying crazy amounts of money for the receiver core right now because they're paying Zay Jones. They're paying Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk got like almost $100 million from them.
But when Kirk is healthy, Kirk is pretty good, bro.
He is. He's a slot. You know,
I get it, but I'm saying
he's the number 1 out of the slot. And then they have Gabe. Those are the 3, and then they have Ingram as their tight end.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't have that alpha. Ridley was that alpha.
And then they got the running backs, which is Etienne.
Etienne.
Yeah, who's a fucking, when healthy, he's a problem. We played him, we know, in London. Which I don't want to remember that fucking game, that London disaster. But they have weapons. I'm telling you, they have weapons. But I do agree. Calvin Ridley, now they're going to have to make up for Calvin Ridley, but they just didn't want to pay. You know, you don't want to get in the red. Learn from a lot of teams. Like it was Calvin Ridley worth to re-sign at that price tag for Jacksonville?
Yes, probably not. Daniel, are you saying Jacksonville is the Bills' hand-me-downs? Remember, we were the Carolina.
Giants are too. Are too.
Yep. Giants and Jacksonville are just scooping up the leftovers that left the Bills.
Yep. It is what it is.
How can you forget the Mr. Zay Jones, right?
Zay Jones, man. Credit to Zay. I
turned his career around in Oakland.
100%, and he's played pretty well since. Like good for him, because if you remember he went crazy in the hotel and ran through glass window or something naked, and remember that, Mikey? Like he had a little downward spiral going there. Didn't work out in Buffalo, and he's been really good since. Like he's been a solid addition to teams. Like, you know what I mean? A good 3. So good for Zay Jones, man.
Yeah, Joey Hutchinson says they're talking about Micah having a reunion in Green Bay, but there's no one there left that he played with. They're all gone now.
Yeah, reunion with who?
Yeah,
right. Fuck it. The guy that liked him the most is Aaron Rodgers. Really, to be honest, he's not there. Like so. Yeah. I just feel like if like Mikey said it when we first, you know, when this regular season ended, or when we got kicked out of the playoffs. I think if Micah Hyde comes back, he's going to come back to Buffalo for 1 year.
Yep.
But I don't see it. Yeah, if he plays again, I just don't see it happening. I feel like this is it for him, and it's a smart thing to do, man, guys. Like I don't want to see the dude come back and get hurt, bro. Like that would be really bad. Like I would feel terrible, and I think a lot of us would too. And knowing like the possibilities. Pretty good that you know what I mean? Like last year, Mikey, what do you have? 2-3 stingers? Couldn't, you know what I mean? Like yeah. That's not good.
He had two stingers last year and missed 3 games.
Yeah, not good. Right, you know, considering he just got off of surgery and he was feeling good, he had a good camp, like boom, just like that. So nah, man. Like I think that dude needs to ride off in the sunset, man. He had a great career, nothing to hang his hat, you know, his head down. And just watch the Buffalo Bills cheer us on, man.
Daboll walks in, spits a rap, drops the mic, and walks out.
What do you think the Giants are going to do, by the way, with Daboll? You think
we'll give the Giants in 1 second? I found that trade.
Oh,
the Vikings acquired the Texans' 23rd overall pick.
Texans, okay,
along with the 7th round pick, number 232, And the Texans will receive the Vikings' second-round pick, number 42, their sixth-round pick, number 188, and their second-round pick next year.
And what did they get again? What did they get?
So
from
the Texans get 2 2s and a sixth. The Vikings get the 23rd overall pick and a 7th this year.
Because they weren't. What were they in the first round initially? They didn't have a first round pick.
Who? No, Vikings. Vikings have the number 11 currently.
Oh, so they have the 11 and 23.
11 and 23.
So what they could do is, depending on what they're trying to do, is if they're trying to move up in the draft, there you go. I mean, now you got the 23 and 11 to work with. Depending how bad they want that player, they could do we'll give you a 11 and 23 for a top 5 pick. I mean, a team could be willing to do that. You never know. I mean that. Well, I would be. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be interested.
Following the Bills, what the Bills did is they, instead of giving up that second first, they gave up their 2 seconds because they had 2 1s and 2 2s, so they gave up their 2 seconds.
Yeah, but then they
2 seconds and a 5th, I think, is what it was.
But then they traded again when they had that first.
Yeah,
round.
and then they moved up from 22 to 16 to get Edmonds.
Correct.
But
correct.
I bet you they could probably get into the top 5 though with the two picks.
That's what I'm saying. With that, 11-23, dude. That's, you kidding me? Like if you're a team and you're like, I don't know, depending where you're at, like 7, 8.
What if it's Chicago and they decide they're going to keep Fields instead of go with Caleb?
That would be the worst.
Then you take
mistake.
their 2 first round picks this year plus their first round pick next year, get 3 firsts.
That would be, listen, if Chicago,
you have 3 first round picks this year and another one next year.
If Chicago's sold on them, meaning they feel deep down inside that Justin Fields, if we could get all these picks, surround them with all this talent, now we got all these picks to work with, first round picks, then I'm good. But I don't know if they believe in him like that. I don't know. That's the question, right? Like, I think he's been around there long enough where they should have an answer by now if he's going to be the guy or not. You know what I mean? I don't think so. But I'm not in the Bears organization. I have no idea how they feel about him. But I also would think about it like this: if I'm the Bears, what are you going to get for Justin Fields? You know what I mean? Like, what's his value right now?
Right now is nothing. Nobody wants him right now.
All right. So, I mean, what do you know what I mean?
I don't think Justin Fields' value becomes clear until draft day when the team that misses out on a quarterback needs one. That's when his value gets set.
So I don't know, Mike. That's tough, man. They got a tough. I don't know. I honestly, man, if I were them, I do the Arizona approach. Just fucking get your guy.
No, I'm with you too. I would too. Yeah. But could you imagine what they could do if they would have they trade them that pick, right? For the 2 firsts and then a first next year. So they get 3 first round picks for it. They have 9, which is their pick, 11 and 23. Talking about putting more, assets around your team.
No, I agree. I just they did that though. They would have to really feel strong about him as their quarterback. But I will say this though,
you don't like him. Even
if Fields doesn't work out, let's say they're like, fuck, nah. You go another season, you get all that. All right, then you know what? It is what it is, and you draft a quarterback the next year with all those. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like, and then you get what you can for Fields at that point. But I don't know. That's a tough one, man. For them, for me, it's not tough. For me,
his value currently is a Happy Meal. I mean, hell, Mac Jones just got traded for a 6th round pick, former first round pick out of that same draft.
God, yeah, but I never had faith in him. Like, I think Fields.
No, I get it, but I'm saying he was picked 4 picks after Fields.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And he's got dealt for a 6th.
But to be fair for Fields, he never really had. Their coaches have been terrible.
Fields has never been to a Pro Bowl.
You're right.
Fields
but he's had terrible coaches. He's had terrible. That the Bears have been misran. Like their head coach has been terrible.
Mismanaged.
Terrible.
Bad.
Mismanaged. Terrible. Like they haven't also given him the best help either. Like you never know what a new coach can come in and do for a team or a player. You know what I mean? Like look at Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence rookie year, he was okay. I think people expected a lot more, but I felt like he did way better under Peterson.
Spin. I would totally do that. I would totally give up our first this year and next year's second rounder.
Absolutely.
To move in the top 15 to grab Ryan
Absolutely.
Thomas. I would do that in a flipping heartbeat.
Yeah.
I might even throw in a fourth this year. Go, a first and a fourth this year because we have to do the 2 fourths. That comp pick. I might even throw that pick in there. That comp pick in there. A first, a fourth this year, and a second next year. To get your guy.
Yeah, and that's it. Now you got your guy. Yeah.
I would do it. Oh God, yes, I would do it. We wouldn't even get a small fry for Elam. Listen, Elam's gonna be given another shot. They redid the coaching staff. They have he has a blank slate. They're gonna give him a shot to win the job.
Yeah, it's his last shot though.
It's the last shot here. Former first round pick.
That's what I mean.
Someone's gonna say I can turn that talent into something.
Sure. He'll get. Listen, almost every player in the first 2 or 3 rounds, even if they don't work out, get an opportunity against somewhere on another team eventually. But I'm just saying, like, this is the last year for us. Like, this is it. Like, if he can't find his way on the field week 1, right? He's just inactive because I don't think he's gonna. I just still don't think he's gonna beat out. I don't think he's gonna be a starter for us. How about that? I think he could be on a 53. I think he could be active when it comes to
be a starter for us either because I think it's gonna be Benford and Rasul.
Correct. I'm just saying, like, so at this point for Khair, it's about being active on game day and make the 53. So we'll see, man. We'll see. It sucks, man, because I thought the guy was, man. I didn't mind. I didn't hate the pick. I hated it initially, then I liked it.
Stefan, Mack Jones equals Jamarcus Russell.
Didn't Pickett get let go out of Pittsburgh or something?
He traded.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, you talk about that draft class because Sam Howell was traded out of that draft class. Desmond Ridder was traded out of that draft class. Like none of the people that got, I think the only one that's still on the original team was Malik Willis, and he's the 3rd string quarterback in Tennessee.
And who do they wind up picking up? Pittsburgh,
Russ.
Yeah, that's Wilson. Right. That's right. 1 year though.
1 year Russ.
1 year deal. Yeah, they're gonna test it out, see how he.
Listen, they realized that Pickett wasn't the guy, and they moved off of him quick.
Yep. And who does Minnesota have right now?
Sam Darnold.
That's right. That's right. Oh man,
Justin Jefferson wants Minnesota to trade for Fields. He came out.
If you're a Vikings fan, right? You can't go. I don't listen. Sam Darnold as a backup, sure. I take him right now, right? Like I take him over Trubisky.
1 year, $10 million.
Yeah, but as a fucking starter, I've seen enough Sam Darnold to tell me how my season's gonna go with Sam Darnold as your quarterback. So if I'm the receiver, if I'm Justin Jefferson in Minnesota right now, I'm like, yo, okay, this can't be the guy, please.
Yeah, I want to hit on this whole Poyer thing.
Whoa, Poyer's dead. Spears, nice.
Spears. Jordan Poyer gave his heart and soul to Buffalo. The Bills front office decided they were done with him and cut him.
Yeah.
You cannot be mad for him to go sign somewhere else and get a job.
Yeah.
He felt betrayed by the Bills front office. He came back on a team-friendly deal.
Yeah.
And they didn't honor the last year of his deal. They decided that they were done with him. Can't be mad for him to go find work elsewhere. This whole he's dead to me crap, hating on the guy. Listen, I hope Poyer does well, except when he plays Buffalo. I hope Miami sucks, but I hope Poyer does well.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I feel like, listen, man. Week 1 we cut him. 2, what he did for Buffalo while he was here.
He's a legend here.
Right, he was unbelievable. Him and Micah Hyde. Like I don't give a fuck who you are that's played for the Bills, and I hate the Dolphins. That's my most hated team. But I wish him well. Like I don't hate the guy. Now I hated Thurman Thomas, but I thought like the Thurman Thomas going to Dolphins was stupid. Right, I didn't hate him, but I thought like you're not going to do anything there, and you're going to our enemy.
Yeah, he went there because he wanted to shove it up the Bills' butt for letting him go.
Yeah, but he was going to do nothing. You know what I mean? But, like, I get it, right? Like Bruce Smith with the Washington. I didn't hate Bruce Smith. Eric Moles. Like, this is the business we're in. We're going to trade players you like. You know what I mean? Like, you can't hate it. You can't hate it. Like, hating a guy that now if we sign Poyer, yeah, exactly. Now if you signed a guy, he was shitty here. Fine, I get it. Like, you know, like a big signing, paid him a lot of money. Like, let's say Von Miller, hypothetically, pay Von Miller a lot of money. First year he did nothing. Let's say, forget the injury. I'm just saying he did nothing, and then he's like, all right, just fucking. They cut him, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to Miami. Fine, you can hate the guy. You're like, fucking guy took all our money, went to Miami Dolphins.
Not only that. Well, you know, I didn't like Stephon Gilmore for what he did to Buffalo. He went into free agency. Buffalo wanted him back, and he bounced to New England. Okay, that you want to be down on a guy for that, and he crap talked to Buffalo on the way out the door. Fine,
right? Yeah, that's a different story. Yeah,
But Jordan Poyer left it all on the field for Buffalo, and Buffalo cut him loose. Can't be mad at the guy for going to get a job and in his hometown.
I know some people don't like McGahee because McGahee talked a little bad about Buffalo too. Remember, said Buffalo.
So did Lynch.
Yeah, well, but Lynch wasn't too bad at it. I think McGahee was the worst. Like McGahee really came out and said because
he's a Miami guy who likes to party.
Right. Yeah,
that's not Buffalo.
Right, he shredded like everything about Buffalo. But listen, I still don't hate. I just don't like. I unless you were this total crap here and you took our money and left and didn't give any effort and then you went somewhere, like fine. Like I'll be like, that guy fucking piece of shit. I don't want to. Like, but you can't hate on a guy that gave his blood, sweat, and tears for the team,
and the team's the one who said bye.
And especially if the team's the one that said goodbye. Like that's even worse, right?
Like if Buffalo wanted him, he would be here because he was still under contract and he wanted to. Yeah, and Buffalo said goodbye.
And it wasn't like an expensive deal. $2 million. Like
no, for us it was $7 million.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like when he left, like he got a great deal. Miami got a great deal for Poyer. Yeah. Like of course they're gonna pick him.
However, I'm also gonna tell you, feel the way you need to feel. I'm just explaining why I don't have the Poyer dead to me thing, and I never look at it as that way. It's a business at the end of the day. I appreciate what they've done for us, and you know what? Everyone hated Thurman Thomas when he first left, and everyone loves him now. In 3 years, when Poyer's done playing and he comes back to Buffalo as a legend of the game, we're all going to love him and cheer him. You know,
that's why, jerseys don't last long, man.
Go look. That's why I don't buy them anymore.
If I go look at my closet, man, a lot of them aren't even on the team anymore.
Like you don't find many that stay the whole time. Like Mitch Morse wanted to be in Buffalo.
Super rare. Yeah, it's very rare. Does a player stay on a team and retire on that team? It just doesn't happen a lot. Even quarterbacks. I mean, like, look at Tom Brady. I mean, I'm just a prime example. Fucking was there 5, 6 round, whatever it was in New England, goes with fucking Tampa just to prove that he can get one more.
Peyton Manning. Peyton's in Denver.
You're right. It was in this right. I forgot about him. Right, the Colts a lot. You know, Green Bay, Brett Favre,
Aaron Rodgers,
the Jet. Yes. So it is what it is, man. You know,
I hope he plays well, but I hope we smash him. Here's what I'm excited about with Poyer now on Miami. Josh Allen has a chance to put Poyer on one of his highlights.
Right. Yeah,
that's good. It's gonna be fun next year with Poyer on the other side.
It will be. And don't forget, Neil's there too. Spears Bills talk. So, you know, special teamer, but still, I respect Neil.
He's a really good special teamer.
I respect the hell out of that guy, though.
But I don't want to pay him $3 million for our special teams to suck.
No. Well, I hope we learned our lesson by paying buku bucks of special team players. That now he showed up, but I feel like a lot of the guys didn't show up.
Yeah. Okay. There was something else we were going to talk about before I hit that, and I forgot what it was now.
I'm not sure.
How about Baker Mayfield getting paid?
He did, but I saw that coming. I knew if he was going to sign somewhere, it would have been Tampa.
I was happy for him.
Yeah, listen, man, he earned it. I felt like he had a good season, got them
Yes,
to the
please.
playoffs. I was surprised, I think, more with Mike Evans going back because I thought maybe Mike Evans wanted a new you know, just a new home, like a new start somewhere else. But maybe him and Baker have a connection going, and that's fine. Like, see what they could do. But I have a bad feeling it's not gonna, like, good for him, but I have a bad feeling for if I'm a Tampa fan, it's gonna be like Ryan Tannehill situation, where Tannehill was good his first season with Tennessee, and it was kind of like the only option kind of for them money wise, maybe best solution right now. Hey, we'll give him a couple years. And I have a feeling it's going to be like that with Mayfield in Tampa. have a feeling he'll have a little bit. It won't go so great. So we'll see. I could be wrong. No, I hope it does too. I'm just saying I just have a weird feeling that's how it's going to work out, because if you look at Mayfield's career, Mayfield's up and down. He's up and down. His rookie year, he was up. Like, he got to see him playoff. Remember, like, man, and then he kind of dwindled down a little bit. Then he came back a little bit, and then he got hurt, and then he went to the Rams. Like he's even with Tampa last year, I felt like Mayfield had its moments where he looked really good, and then he had his moments
really bad.
Where it's like, oh fuck, there's the Mayfield.
He's gonna be
Mayfield.
This generation's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I can see that. Right. Having games where it's
dynamite into Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, 2 games, 500 yards. Next game, 3 interceptions.
Or he's throwing for like 350 yards, lighting it up, and then throws that crucial interception.
Right. Or a fumble. Right.
Yep.
Yes, Aaron Donald retiring. We didn't even talk about that. Yeah, good for him.
You can be upset. Fan the way you need to fan. I was just telling you why I don't have a problem with it. I looked at it from one. You also have to remember he's from South Florida.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yep. Last year he was looking to sign with them as well, and he tried to come back to Buffalo to give it another shot. It didn't surprise me, but it gives us a chance to watch Josh Allen get a chance to jump over him or stiff arm him or run over him, or you know they're both going to be juiced up for that one. They're running towards each other.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee you, he's not going to fall for Josh Allen's, jumping over.
I almost feel like every player that leaves wants to, play really great against their former team. Like, if we ever played the Bears, like Edmonds would want to, ball out against us. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think Edmonds would want to lay a hit on Allen, right?
They all would want to hit Allen.
So.
Yeah.
Like Leonard Floyd. Where did Floyd sign? He signed somewhere, right?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Do we play in San Francisco this year? Are they on the schedule? They were.
I don't know what
we have a tough schedule. Let me see here. I could swear. I know Baltimore's on it. Let me see here. I think we do, bro.
Here we go. Opponents.
Yeah. All right. You got it? Okay.
I'm pulling it up.
Go ahead.
Give me a second. So we play. Here's our home opponents: Jags, Titans, Cardinals, Niners, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Kansas City.
There it is.
And then we go to Houston, Indianapolis, LA, because we got the Rams, Seahawks, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Ravens, Lions. So we have that first place schedule. We play all the top AFC guys.
We got a tough fucking bro. Lions are no joke.
By the way, we were talking about Derrick Henry with the Ravens earlier. We get them on the road.
I know. I'm telling guys that Baltimore, for me, man, if they get another receiver there, that's a dangerous team. If Henry could stay healthy and be productive like he was last year, you can still give him some production. Man, I'm telling. Now Lamar's the question mark. Like, will Lamar but Lamar, I still think, man, you get him a receiver that's capable, and you do the RPO. Man, that's a tough team. Like, that is going to be a tough out.
We get Houston.
Houston's going to be. Listen, Houston's getting back. Tank Dell's coming back. Their other receiver, I forget what's his name from last year.
Brown.
Yeah, he was pretty good. We know what the quarterback's capable of.
Re-signed a bunch of defensive guys too.
Singletary, by the way, went somewhere too, right?
Giants.
Good for him. That's right. He returned with Dable.
I got a 3-year deal with the Giants. Actually, got a pretty good bag. I think I got like 3 years, 15. I think it's like 5 a year.
I think it's well deserved. He had a good season with Houston. He proved a lot of people wrong in my opinion.
To
Dayball. He's a good running back. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, man.
We know you.
Good for him.
You love your.
I do, man. I think he is a good teammate, a good running back.
Yeah, he's also a better teammate and leader.
Yes, yes, man. He does whatever is needed.
Scott, easy schedule.
Yeah.
Baltimore shits the bed. We'll be interested to see what happens with Baltimore because they lost some of their offensive line.
They did too. That is true. We'll see. Like I said, but you're right. I mean, but you know what though? That comment, people can say that about us.
What comment?
Where you just read. They shit the bed, right? Baltimore shits the bed, in my opinion. Right? Buffalo shits the bed.
Yeah, they say Baltimore shits the bed, like because they don't normally win playoff games. Buffalo wins.
Yeah, I know. We do.
We shit the bed when we play KC in the playoffs.
Well, and the Bengals, at home, like no excuse either for that loss. Like I'm just saying, like the Texans that 1 year, we should have probably won that game. We've got some losses, but you're right. The Chiefs are in nemesis. The Chiefs are really what do us in.
They're the gold standard of the NFL right now.
Oh, of course. They're the Patriots. They're the updated 2.0 Patriots. I hate to say it. And until somebody proves otherwise, they're going to continue to be. I don't give a fuck, by the way, what they do this regular season. They get in the playoffs. They're a dangerous fucking thing. We already know that. So we need to really improve this offense, Mikey. So go ahead.
Joey, did you listen to his wife? Because I just ignored it.
What happened? No, well, whose wife?
It said
Rachel Bush
was always complaining about his pay. I'm like, I just ignored it.
Yeah, she's okay. OBJ.
Mikey, we don't have a playoff problem. We have a Chiefs problem. Yeah, we just can't. Really, what we've had recently is really bad luck on our defense of injuries in the late in the season that just screwed us in the playoffs. Yeah. But
that's when the depth comes in. And I felt
when your depth was hurt too. Like we were playing our 5th and 6th linebackers, and Travis Kelce was just eating us alive.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'll give it. The linebacker was a problem. Last year was a
we were also playing injured corners.
You're right. Yeah, I'll give you that. But Rasul Douglas filled it. But you're right. He was hurt.
But our defensive line once again disappeared.
Our line couldn't get to the quarterback. I mean, but that's a story of the line now. Mm-hmm. It's a story since forever. It's like, what can we do to get to the?
I mean, in the D lines, defense, Patrick Mahomes didn't have to hold the ball very long because there was nobody covering the tight ends. Travis Kelce's running wide open all by himself all day long.
Wide open
all day long.
It was miserable.
Like we had depth until all our starters got hurt, and our depth became the starters, and then they got hurt.
Yeah, but kudos to their coach for understanding.
Hell yeah,
where our weak spot.
Well, you saw that happen in the Super Bowl. As soon as the 49ers linebacker Greenlaw got hurt, they went right after that backup linebacker.
Yeah,
and Travis Kelce ate his lunch the rest of the Super Bowl.
For me, Mikey, just moving forward against Chiefs, you got to just obviously. I think you have to have a powerful off. You got to outscore them, which obviously, but you have to have a dynamic offense. I think
that's why I want more weapons.
Yeah, and I felt like every time we've played the Chiefs, we haven't had a dynamic offense. We've had a good offense, just not dynamic enough to outscore them. You know what I mean? It's always been, and isn't that the case, by the way, for whoever plays the Chiefs? Like the 49ers, right? They had a dynamic offense, but then they started making a lot of dumb mistakes in the Super Bowl. We went away from their dynamic running back, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. They left it in the hands of their good quarterback. What would you say he is? What would you Purdy right now? Just curious. Like now you've seen 2 years of him with the weapons he has. He's a system quarterback that's a good right.
He's a really good quarterback.
Do you feel like once it was put in his hands, they went away from what works for San Francisco. That it kind of
that's a Kyle Shanahan staple, and all 3 of his Super Bowls he goes away from the run game. And here's the thing: the Chiefs had one of the best pass defenses in the league. You could run on them, you couldn't throw on them, and they wanted to throw. Shanahan got throw happy rather than staying patient with the run. Because here's what happened at the end of the day. Just like in the Bills game, where if Allen had a half second longer and Chris Jones pushed Dion back into him, he throws that touchdown to Khalil.
Yeah.
But Purdy had a guy wide open, and if Chris Jones didn't make Chris Jones makes that play every time, and it's the reason why he just got 4 years, 150 or 5 years, $158 million. Because he makes the clutch play that
he disrupts it. He disrupts the quarterback. Yep, he disrupts him. Makes you think. Makes you throw early or late. Or get out of the pocket. Quicker than you want,
or pushes a guy into you, just finds a way to make the play, or trips you and doesn't get called for it. He just doesn't care. He finds a way to make the play.
I just feel like Purdy, like from what I saw last season, his first full season, I felt like when it was in his hands, when the game was, he struggled. When things weren't going right around, like when other players weren't, things weren't going right.
He's not going to play above the scheme, and he's not going to make the guys better. Like having all the talent around him. So when he lost Debo, the offense was different than when Debo was there. Like I like Purdy. He's really good, but he doesn't transcend the offense.
That's what I mean. Like he's not. I think he's a good quarterback.
Patrick, Lamar, Justin, Josh. Burrow, those guys transcend. And Burrow, I'm on the fence with. I just watched Jake Browning light everybody up with that offense. I'll be interested to see what.
He looked good.
And he looked really bad in a different offense. So is it really Joe Burrow? Because we've never seen Joe Burrow without elite talent around him.
No, you're right. You got a great point. I agree. I agree. And
he's great with all that talent around him. I wonder how good he is without all that talent around him.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
Brock Purdy is like Vinny Testaverde. Yeah.
OBJ. We were talking about OBJ before we got on. I think OBJ.
He was released, so he's not. He's not still with them. They designate him as a June 1 cut, so he's a free agent.
If he's smart, for me, if I'm OBJ, I am waiting around. I'm talking about. If I don't get the deal I want, I don't even care. I'm gonna wait around till regular season hits, and when injuries start piling up, I'm going to get paid because some team is going to want to pay. Remember when all the frenzy was, when he wasn't even healthy and all the talk was to go get OBJ and the dude wasn't even healthy enough to even play a game. So imagine a healthy OBJ week 13, you got, your star receiver out and you're just really needing help. He's going to get paid. Like, I feel like I have a feeling that's what's going to happen with OBJ. He's going to be waiting around for that deal to show up. It's smart. Exactly what I would do.
Spears Bills, mute him. He's a Dolphins troll. It's what he's supposed to do. That's his whole persona.
I don't even know who that is.
He's that loudmouth Dolphins fan who's always talking crap on shorts.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just mute him. That's what that's his shtick.
I'll be honest with you guys. I don't watch any other other teams' content. Like it doesn't, except for Curtis, because Curtis is my friend. But other than that, I don't care. Like I don't expect them to watch my stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's not for me. I don't. But if and then by the way, if you didn't watch content, then you won't even be bothered by him.
Yeah, just mute him because he popped up on my time. He popped up on my timeline. And he's just loud and obnoxious Dolphins fan who's just always talking crap. So I just muted him.
Is he the guy that wears a little hoodie cap or ski cap? On Twitter, I see it. And I'm like, I think I blocked him because I just
muted him.
He's just yelling in front of the camera.
Don't need that. Yep, don't need that.
I'm like, dude.
And talking is just ridiculous. It's funny with the Dolphins fans right now. Some of them are like 50-50. Some of them are like freaking out because a lot of their elite guys left. Got signed elsewhere. The other ones think they're like the best thing since sliced bread. And it didn't matter.
Did X get signed? Did X get picked up?
No, not yet.
Huh. He's interesting. I wonder what his market is like out there. What teams are willing to
Oh, a lot of corners and stuff have been signed. You know,
I'm saying, yeah, but he's not. Well, I mean, I wonder why. If they're looking at his
so
injury history, maybe
here's some of the
was
ones that are
wanting
still
too
out
much.
there.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson, Adoree Jackson, Stephon Gilmore, Michael Davis, Avonte Maddox, Patrick Peterson,
Peterson,
Steven
goodness
Nelson, C.J.
Nelson. How
Henderson.
many years we've been linked in?
Yeah.
Every time it's a free agent.
Rock
Go ahead.
Sin. Miles Bryant, Noah Iganagabi. Don't know. I think he was a Dolphin, wasn't he? Noah.
I don't know.
Trey Hurd, Jalen Mills. You know who was happy for that got a contract? Dane Jackson. He got a nice little.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got a nice little contract for in Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Chargers with OBJ. Good. They need somebody to throw the ball to. They just let all of them go.
Yeah, they got nothing over there.
Oh, Howard just recently got released on Wednesday.
So officially? Okay.
Yeah, so he didn't go through the tampering period. Got you.
Okay.
Yeah, Trey hasn't signed anywhere yet, but he also didn't get released until Wednesday at the new league year. Trey's interesting. Do you think Trey could find his way back to Buffalo?
Nah. They put the video out, Mikey. The goodbye video. Like, if they thought there was any chance, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they can, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they would put that video. Like, thanks for all the year. You know, I'm sure you saw it. You know what I mean? Like,
I did.
I don't know if they would make, like, it wouldn't. I think that chapter is done. You know what I mean? Like, because why put that out there? They didn't put it out there for fucking Jordan Boyer, and they didn't put it out for Mike. I mean, maybe it's coming, but I'm just saying, like, I almost feel like that's just a farewell, my friend. Good luck.
They did put something out for Poyer when they cut him.
But it was, was it like a full video like that? I didn't see it. Okay.
It was like a highlight clip. For Poyer saying goodbye.
I just
Hyde, nothing. I haven't seen anything on Hyde.
But maybe they're waiting because maybe there's like we talked about earlier. Maybe Hyde's on the fence, but I don't know. I think that's done. I think and I don't.
I was just thinking if he never didn't get any bites, maybe he comes back on a cheap deal, 1 year deal.
I don't think he's going to get bites in general for a little while until
because he's not even going to be healthy,
right? So I mean, now that's not to say though. Week 3, going into the season, if a team gets an injury, like us, let's say, and they want to bring, and he wants to come back, he's healthy enough to come back as a depth guy. I mean, maybe, but I don't see it. I just don't, Mikey. I think that chapter's over, man.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, you never know. You never know. Injuries play a big key to everything, right? We brought back fucking AJ Klein. We brought back Josh Norman. We brought, like, when injuries are piling up, we were just grasping at anyone who was available. So, if Trey was there and we had that happen to us, sure, why not? But right now, I'm just saying, free agency, no, I don't know.
Yeah, Mike and Alberta. Can we talk about Samuel versus Allen, or do we like Diggs, Shakir, Johnson more? I don't understand the question.
I'm about Samuel versus Allen.
Are you talking about Keenan Allen? Samuel versus Keenan Allen? Because we talked about that earlier. I think I like the Samuel deal better as we can use them in more spots than Keenan. Also, his contract. I like Samuel's contract better than I like Keenan's. I also like Samuel's age better than Keenan's.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan's more of an alpha receiver, but we have an alpha receiver in Diggs.
Right.
So I like the Diggs, Shakir, Samuel more than I like the Diggs, Shakir, Keenan Allen.
Yeah, this is I agree too. The age, injury. He's been relatively healthy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that does a little bit more than Keenan Allen for an offense, like with gadgets, right? Jet sweeps and screens. Like Allen's doesn't do that. Allen's a great route runner, a good deep threat. But I think what you're getting out of Samuel is a lot of, like we talked about, a lot of good. Like a lot of, he's good at a lot of little things, right? And Allen's great at certain things, right? So, and the contract, obviously, right? And I just feel like the Bills are understanding the draft is where they're going to get their next receiver, like their next big, potentially one moving forward. So I don't know. I think I now, mind you, Mikey, we still are missing that deep threat. We talked about this. Now, I'm not saying
Samuel's not a deep threat.
He is not a deep threat. Now,
he's
he can go deep, but
and he can go deep, but it's not his forte.
But that's not his forte, right? He's good. Like I sort of said, he's good at a lot of things, right? Like he's good at it, but he's not the guy at it. Like he's not great at it. So we're still searching for that guy that could be. That's what he does, and I think that's where the draft comes in. And I'm hoping they find their guy. I mean, and I think they will. But yeah, I think Curtis Samuel is an excellent addition. He's a way better Isaiah McKenzie. So if you like what McKenzie did here when he was with Dable, I think that's what you'll get out of Samuel, but even better, like way better. So, and that excites me because I thought at times when McKenzie was used right, he was really pretty, like we got the best out of him. And I felt like we went away from it when Dorsey took over, when McKenzie was still here. Like I felt like I was like, what happened to McKenzie? Remember, McKenzie wasn't really like, I don't know. It just wasn't the same McKenzie for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then obviously we brung in Hardy, who we thought could be that guy last season, right? To the jet sweep, like the little, and he just wasn't. I thought like Hardy wasn't used right either. But Sam was way better than those two guys at doing that stuff. So I think Joe Brady will be able to.
I think Samuel is a combination of those two guys.
Yes,
because I thought Hardy was a better receiver than McKenzie. McKenzie was a better gadget guy. Curtis Samuel's both of those guys in one.
And he can get in the backfield, which neither one of those guys did. Just a heads up on that too. So we didn't even talk about that. He could be a running back if you want to. If you want to get really creative, like we were talking about earlier, like he's almost like a Deebo Samuel, just not as physically built. He's not a built big guy, but he can do. He's a
shiftier, smaller version of Deebo.
So I think it's a smart deal. I think it's a relatively cheap deal what you're getting out of him. And he can actually be dynamic for this offense if used right. So I'm really hoping, like I said, that Brady, who by the way, and we didn't talk about it, Brady was his old offensive coordinator. So like they have experience together. So he understands already what Samuel's good at, right? Which he's going to use. That's exactly why they brought him in. Trust me when I tell you I think that was a big key on why they signed Samuel as well. Like knowing that Joe Brady worked with him. And also too the Carolina days.
Coming out of Ohio State, they didn't know if he was going to be a running back or a wide receiver.
Right. Yeah.
Like he was truly positionless at that point, and they turned him into a wide receiver. Like they because that's how he was used in high school. He's a running back in high school. He was a combo playmaker in Ohio State, played in the backfield, out wide, did a little bit of both, and then that's kind of how he's been used in the NFL as a playmaker. He doesn't really have a position. He's just a playmaker.
You know what he's kind of like, and too, there's another the guy I really like, but he's aging now and his injuries. But Cordell,
Patterson.
Patterson.
You know who else? Kind of like Devin Hester
for a while.
Devin Hester was the same way.
Yeah,
could play wide receiver, could play running back. Just want to get the ball in that guy's hands.
Right.
I think he's a better version. I think he's a better version of Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, a little bit smaller though. Patterson's a little bit bigger than Samuel, but I agree with that too.
Because Cordell was a better running back. I think Samuel's a better wide receiver.
He's a physical because he was bigger. He's a more physical, physical running back. But
to hit Connor's other piece of this question, it's not going to impact us to draft a wide receiver. We're still probably going to get one.
They have
what it allowed us to do is not have to just say we have to go wide receiver in round one. If the receivers don't fall the way we want, or if as Amy says, we don't move up, if she says F it, move up to get Brian Thomas, we don't move up to get one, and there's a better position, whether it's D tackle, D end, corner, whatever is on the board, you could take that and still pick a wide receiver in round two. because we don't have that need, that urgent need to get one. I want one because we need one in the pipeline, but it's not like if we don't get one, we're screwed.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Okay. I was looking through to see. Jason said
If
he played running back. Yeah. Just hope he can stay healthy. Yes. Hate to say it, but D tackle or D end is my prediction for the first round. It really depends, Scott, because there is 3 first-round DNs. They're probably all going to be gone before they get to us. The next one was Chop Robinson. When we had a conversation about Chop, that's a 50-50 on what you're going to get out of a Chop. D tackles, there's only 1 or 2 first-round D tackles. Most of the D tackles are, day 2, second and third round D tackles. You have Byron Murphy out of Texas, and you have the Illinois D tackle. Can't think of his name. He didn't do the combine, but there's another one. There's like only 2 real D tackles in the first round. So where you might see a heavier dose is wide receiver and corner has the most, first round prospects.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
So Spence saying, do you think Diggs is still? Do you think Diggs is top 10?
I think he's still top 10.
I think he's. I got to look at the receivers.
Can you name 10 better receivers?
I said I have to look at the list now, like because I off the top of my dome I can tell you Chase and Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. I'm just saying, I'm just putting the guys like that I can think of, but I know there's more. And I just feel like.
So let me ask you this: do you think Brandon Ayuk is better than Stephon Diggs?
No, not right now. But I think he possibly could be. He's young. Diggs is not known like.
Is
young
AJ Brown better than Diggs?
Ooh, that's a great question, man.
I think they're in the same tier.
I think they're close.
I think they're both in the top 10.
I honestly, I got to look at the list. I got to look at a list of receivers. I'm just throwing. I'm not saying it's not top 10. I'm just saying I don't think it's.
Is Puka Nacua better than Diggs?
He had a fucking hell of a season.
He had a great year, but is he better than Diggs?
He's a rookie, but he's a rookie. I can't really say that now. No, because he's a rookie. He hasn't proved. He's not where Diggs is in his career.
Is Cooper Kupp better than Diggs?
Not now. No.
I'm naming you some of the elite receivers.
I'm just saying, not now. Not now. No, he's not now at this moment in his career.
So I'd say Diggs.
I still got to look at the list. My point is though, look, he's also. So here's my problem with Diggs right now. Why I feel like it's teetering.
CeeDee Lamb.
I feel like his drops have gone. Last 2 seasons have gone up over 8. I think he had 10 this year, something crazy like that. I feel like postseason wise, he hasn't really shown up. So that's where I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's top 10, yes, but I don't know. I think some people might argue that. I'm just throwing that out.
And they can
argue it because I got to look at the list.
He finished number 13, so I'm gonna give you some. Tyreek Hill was number 1 in total yards. CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs. He was 13th in the league in total yards last year. Wide receivers.
Okay.
I have about 4 or 5, 6 guys in that list that I think Diggs is better.
I didn't hear Chase because what? I didn't hear Chase's name.
Chase was 12th. Yeah, he was right before him.
Okay.
Devontae Adams was 15th. DK was 18th. Justin Jefferson was 19th.
Like DK. Okay, it's a great. So, but I don't always go by stats. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like sometimes stats.
I was giving you a list of names.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like sometimes stats can be deceiving. I always tell people, like, because I can't stand sometimes when people are like, oh, PFF has Terrell Dotson. I'm like, dude, I fucking know Dyer. I'm telling you, he's not what they can say what they want. I know what he's. Tyrell Dotson's not the fucking 5th best linebacker in the league because of their stupid stats. They don't always paint the whole picture.
I get that.
I personally, I think I would, if we could do a swap today, I'm being honest with you. And I know it's probably going to be a, maybe people are like, oh, no way. I would take DK right now over Diggs.
Really?
I would do an even swap. Yes, I would do it right now.
What would you take? Would you take Pickens over him?
If it was even, no cap thing. I'm just saying,
would you take
even
George Pickens over him?
Who?
George Pickens.
No. I'm just giving you my name. Guys, I love.
Okay, I'm just asking you. Keenan Allen.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Amari Cooper.
He can't stay healthy. No, because he can't. He's another guy that is injured.
Nico Collins.
He's young. I like him, but no, not right now. No, I wouldn't do that.
DJ Moore.
No.
Okay. Pukanuka.
Man, I really like Pukanuka.
I do too,
but I'm gonna say no.
Number one. Puka's not number one.
I'm gonna say no because of the cup situation. I agree with you.
Okay. So
but I like
Devontae Adams.
I think he's he's deadly. When healthy. Once again, another guy when healthy. Yes, I would. I would.
Okay. I didn't forget about
Jamar
you, Carl.
Chase,
I'll get to you in 1 second.
Justin Jefferson,
yeah. Jefferson, yes. Devonta Smith. Jalen Waddle.
Ooh, Waddle.
Garrett Wilson.
No, Hill, yes. So
Garrett Wilson.
For the Jets. Yes, I would. Okay. Absolutely. Younger.
Terry McLaurin.
No.
So we just went through a bunch of them. He falls in your top 10.
I agree. I said I didn't say he's not in my top 10. I said there were some people you wanted
to look at. Yeah,
I said I think he's top 10. I do, but I'm just saying I don't think it's like, if you go around ask every fan base around the league, I don't think they're going to be like, Diggs for sure is top 10. No, I'm just saying but I agree, but I feel like he's dropped. How about that? If that's fair to say. I feel like at one point I had him top 5. Yes, exactly. At one point, I was like, "That's a top 5 receiver." He's a top 5 receiver.
I don't think he's in the top 5 anymore. I think
no. I feel like the drops are really hurting him.
Yeah,
really hurting him. I also, what else I don't like about his game? At time, like yards after catch, they're not the greatest.
I like that.
Last year, Yak is not the greatest.
Most likely right around 7. Scott, I agree. I think
that's
he's right
fair.
around 7.
That's fair. 7, 8. Yeah. I'm with that. I can go with that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hit Carl.
That was good. That was fun, buddy. By the way. Yeah. I enjoyed that. I really
that was kind of an impromptu.
That was great. That was fun. We got to do that every week with the running backs, quarterbacks.
Who's better?
Now, quarterback, I think we're all agree. Josh Allen. I want to trade him for
anybody. If you go around and ask the league, Josh Allen falls out of the top 5 for some people.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, which I totally disagree. But that's because I don't agree with that.
So we appreciate the super chat, Carl. Do we resign DL free agents Phillips, Joseph, or Lawson? Joseph won't sign until mid-season if he signs anywhere. It's just the way he does it now.
He's just fishing and waiting for the phone call.
Yep. He waits and then finds out who's a contender and who needs a body, and then he goes and signs there.
Phillips, I think, is retiring.
I think he's going to retire. I would love to see Lawson back as our DN4. Lawson's cheap and he's good against the run, against the occasional pass rush. As a DN4, I think he would be fantastic.
And and what I like about him too is he's relatively healthy. He's throughout his career.
Yeah.
I mean, except for his first year in Buffalo, which we already knew when they drafted him, he wasn't going to play.
Hurt,
yeah. And I feel like he knows the system. He's very familiar with the system. And he'd be a cheap deal. Be a cheap 1-year deal. Like that is as solid as you can get for depth on a cheap fucking deal all day without a question. I wouldn't even be mad at that.
Yep. I would love to see Shaq back. He also brings a nastiness to our defensive line that the other guys don't have.
Yeah.
He brings that energy. Groot's huge, but he's not super nasty.
He doesn't have that yet. No, I hope he gets there. Maybe he will. I don't know. He doesn't. You're right. Right now, he doesn't. He doesn't have it right now. But maybe he keeps going to the Von Miller camp thing. He gets. I don't
Lynn comes in and says reality catches up to everyone. Diggs is getting old. Miller's injury crushed Buffalo. Just like Hyde and Poyer are both great, but they outlive their abilities. It's listen, you constantly see the roster turn over. This is the first time in 7 years we've seen this defense actually turn, and we're going with the youth movement.
No choice.
You saw KC do that a few years ago, and now they have one of the best young defenses. You got to do it.
That's the thing about running it back all the time, guys. It's like you can only do it so much because guys get older. Guys
and they make more money.
And they make more. Yeah, some guys just gotta go, right? Like they're finally off the rookie deal and they want to get paid. You can't pay everyone. Like, so yeah, man.
Shaq even hits fans being nasty. He'll hit everybody. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he don't give two shits.
Shaq brings in almost nothing else.
Well,
he's a solid run defender.
Yeah.
He's a very solid run defender.
Yeah.
And he brings flashes off the edge as a pass rusher. You could do a whole lot worse than Shaq as your DN4.
And he knows his role. Like he doesn't. Yep. He knows he's a depth guy. Like he's not looking to do.
And he loves the team. He loves the area. Yeah. It's hard to, you could do a whole lot worse than Shaq Lawson as your DN4 or 5.
Really, what I'm hoping for this season, I think what we really got to hope for, I think the most is honestly get our return back in Von Miller. Like he has to produce something. Anything.
He doesn't have to be that Vaughn he was in year one.
No, exactly.
He has to
give
do
me something. Yeah, give me some productivity. Give me 5 sacks, 6. I'll take it. You know what I mean? Give me some tackle. Like make something, anything. I don't care. I need something better than nothing. He gave us I think he had 1 tackle last year too. 0 sacks. Like nothing.
Who's better on the contract that he gets, Roy? Who's better than Shaq? Give me some names who will take a $1.7 million deal and provide what Shaq provides.
Right.
You give me some names, brother.
There's just not a lot out there, trust me.
There's not.
Dad knows the defense too. He's a solid run defender, man. And that's something that you got to remember too, Roy. We were struggling against run. Our run defense for a while was bad. I thought last year got way better, and he's another reason why. Like when we brought Shaq Lawson in, that was a big help for our run defense. Also, too, I think Von Miller was a really good run defender too. But last year we missed him on that. Leonard Floyd struggled a little bit against run defense. It's not what he does well. So that's another thing too, Mikey. Getting Von back, if Von can give us something. He's a good run defender. He's a good, you know what I mean? He has a lot that he could bring to the table when healthy, when playing right. If we get something out of Von.
I think DJ Reader is still available. Problem is, I think he's going to cost too much. I would love to have DJ Reader be the backup one tech. That would be amazing.
Well, we talked about it. We talked about it, Mikey. There's going to be guys late after the draft, like the Floyd and Rapp, I believe it was, Floyd and Puna. Floyd and Puna that we got late, right before camp hit. That's going to be available that nobody picked up because they waited too long. Yep. Maybe they thought their value was higher. And they're like, you know what? I'll do a 1 year. How smart, by the way, was Leonard Floyd? That's a brilliant move. Okay. No one wants to pick me up because you think I'm fucking old. Okay. I'll sign a 1 year deal. And guess what I'll do? I'll get fucking 9 plus X like I have been doing. And now I'm going to get my fucking bag because now teams are going, well, shit. This guy can do it at that age.
You got 10 base with up to 12 a year.
It's fucking great.
Crazy Climber 80 comes in and says, I'm thinking maybe now we don't have to spend a first round receiver on wide receiver. Perhaps trade down for a top safety or center, or one could fall to us. Here's the thing. The problem with trading down, which I'm okay with, if you want to trade down, you need to trade down to the middle of round 2. There is no, outside of the Oregon center, there is no real center that is worth that. And I have the feeling the Bills have already penciled McGovern in as center. I think that they've already done that, so we won't be looking for one. I think what we're looking for is guard now. I think McGovern's going to be our center for the next few years. We could trade down and then take the top whatever's there. If we trade down, honestly, if we're going to do that, I wouldn't want to take the top safety. I'd want to take a Chop Robinson. You know, that DN.
I don't see us trading down, man. I have a feeling
I think that's trading up to get the wide receiver.
I do, man. I think there's a reason why he stockpiled these picks.
Mm-hmm.
He did it in 2018 when he wanted his guy. Matter of fact, he did it last year. So I feel like that's what he'll do. Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. I knew he was talking to him. I didn't know he signed yet. Well, good for DJ Reader. That's a good pickup. Him and McNeil is going to be nasty.
That Lions team, man, I'm telling you, man, that's a team.
Lon's going to have a bounce back here. Scott, I'm with you. I'm excited for the turnover this year, too. My favorite part is we turned over the entire coaching staff. It's not the same coaches there. So not only did we do a complete, youth movement on the and with the players, we've also done it in the coaching ranks too. So it's a whole new, whole new thing there. I like it.
Yep.
Losing Floyd did hurt, but re-signing AJ at the price we got him back for helped the sting. Because I think,
and he's young,
AJ,
he took a. Now here's what I'll say about AJ. He took a. I always talk about taking a step forward and how big the step. Like I felt like Greg Rousseau is always taking a step forward, but he hasn't done that giant step forward. I felt like AJ last year really took a big step forward, right, compared to what he's done. So here's my worry with him. The only worry, and it's a worry really about any young player that gets a bag. What will you do now that you got your bag, right? Because there's players that don't now. They got it. They don't now. Ed Oliver
didn't really get his bag.
No, I know, but for him, he did. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying for him, we don't know what the market was like for AJ. Maybe he wasn't getting a lot of call. We don't know that, but I'm just saying for him, he got paid off his rookie deal. Like he's paid now. He's comfortable. Will he show up now? You know what I mean? Will he take another giant step forward? Because I felt like Ed Oliver did that. I felt like Matt Milano. Yeah, I felt like Matt Milano when he got his deal. He took a giant step forward. Like there's certain guys that could do that, but then there's certain guys that go, "I'm good," and they don't. They get worse.
I don't think AJ is that way. If you listen to what he said, he wants to get back to the table in 2 years.
I hope so.
A 2-year deal.
Yeah.
I also think AJ is going to get more playing time this year than he has. He'll be that first guy off.
Yeah, I think he's earned that.
I think you'll see his production go up.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see though. Who's a sneaky one that you might see a return? Harrison Phillips. Horrible Harry from Minnesota. He had a good time. He had a good couple seasons over in Minnesota. Not bad at all. I wouldn't be surprised to see him show up in Buffalo again. He loved it here. He loved Sean. He loved the defense, and he'd be perfect. Backup one tech to DeQuan.
No, I want to hate it at all.
As Mike says, as long as we have Josh and he has options, we're good. Listen,
Absolutely.
We're only going to go as far as our offense takes us. We're rebuilding our defense. It's not going to be an overnight fix.
Yeah,
we're only going as far as this offense takes us.
That'll be the question mark because I'm not sold on Rapp. I got to be honest with you guys. I like him, but as a full-time safety, I'm not sold on him. I think it's going to be we always have our question marks going into a season. Last year was linebacker. I think safety for this year coming up, in my opinion, will be the question mark on defense. Because not only is his first year really starting on safety for us, but can he take over the role as being a leader back there, like a Hyde and Poyer was? Can he stay healthy? Because last year he was a rotational guy. He got hurt quite a bit because he plays fast and physical and sometimes too physical. So, and then not only that, who are you going to put next to him? Right? Are you going to go out and get a vet that can help him out? Please. Right. Or are you going to get a rookie? And then now we're like, right, rookie struggles is, just even if you get a first round safety, second round safety, doesn't mean it's going to work out right away. You might going to have some rookie struggles there. Can Rapp help him out? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's different with Poyer and Hyde back there when, let's say Hyde was hurt and, DeMar came in. It's different because you got the vet back there helping him, guiding him. I don't know if Rapp's that guy. We'll see. I'm just throwing that out there. If he has a rookie back there with him, can he be that leader and help him out and put him in the right place? I don't know.
See. Hey, listen, you can't expect the same production from our safeties that we've had for the last 7 years.
Absolutely,
It's gonna be like the year that we had when Poyer was out and Hyde was out for the whole year, and then Poyer got hurt and missed like 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, it's brutal.
Except it should be better than that because you're gonna have.
Is that when we had Johnson, right? DeQuan Johnson, I think, right? We were just throwing everybody out there.
We tried throwing everybody that we possibly could out there, and it just didn't work. Yeah, the difference is we'll have better guys back there this time because we're prepared for it. But it's gonna be one of those things of you're gonna have mistakes in the secondary.
Yeah,
because that didn't happen with Poyer and Hyde.
No, very rare. Very rare did they have those blunders. But we'll see. But that will be the question mark, guys, because I don't know. I like Rapp, but I liked him as a rotational guy.
Also is a wizard with secondary, man. He always finds a way. Yeah. He takes undrafted guys, he takes late round guys, and he turns them into players.
No, I'll give him that. Look at Benford. It's a great. Look at Dane Jackson.
Levi Wallace.
Dane Jackson, Levi. Yeah,
go back to that. Quentin Michael. Remember Quentin Michael with the Eagles? He was an undrafted free agent. He was a freaking Pro Bowler. Like he always finds guys and he turns them into. That's why it's so maddening about the Kaiir Elam thing. McDermott has such a track record and he has all this talent. We can't figure out how to use it.
Yeah. We'll find out. I think it's just like for Kaiir, like we said, it's his last
Elam. Yep. He's gonna he's gonna go through camp. If he truly becomes the CB3, he'll probably stay. If he's not, he'll probably get moved. It's intriguing.
Yep. Move for
it's gonna be key for him.
And move for nothing. I think we wind up getting very little.
No, DeMar's not compared. It's not out of that compared to Rapp. Rapp's been in the league longer. He's also started more games.
I don't know if DeMar's back. I don't know if DeMar makes the team. Be honest with you, man.
No mistakes. They got bombs thrown on them a lot. We didn't give up a ton of bombs.
No, we didn't. I disagree.
Where they made their mistakes was down in the red zone. And they would
I'll tell you the one thing I always could say about our defense. We did not give up a lot of big plays like that.
Only in the run game.
Only in the run game. But I'm talking about passing. We didn't you didn't see, except for the playoffs when Kelsey was fucking wide open. I'm talking about receivers widening. Look, think about it real quick before we go. So we've been on 2 hours. Look at the Dolphins, how deadly they are with Hill and what. Look how they're running free on teams most of the year. Not against us. We fucking we shut that shit right down. That was a good thing about I always respect our defense. We're smart defense. We don't get out of place often. You know what I mean? The guys know their role. They know where to be. But that's why I said I think the safety position, losing those guys, got me a little work because now that's different now. Now you don't got those guys back there. So we'll see. Can Rapp be that guy? I don't know. We'll find out.
I agree. Wide receiver's a must. Center, I don't think they're going to draft a center. I really don't. I think they like McGovern as their center moving forward. I think they'll draft a guard
I know they like McGovern, Mikey, but that's another one I'm a little on the fence about. I get that he played it in college, but college is college. I hope
he also played it in the pros. He played.
No, I know, but not as much. That's not what he's done most of his career in the NFL. What I would like to see is just Josh and him really getting work, like a lot of work, maybe even a little early on. And minicamp, I really hope both show up in minicamp, which I believe Josh always shows up in minicamp. But I really want those guys to get on the right page, right? That center quarterback exchange is so important. They have to communicate. That's why Mitch Morse was such an important piece when we brought him in. So, when Josh early on in his career, he really helped out Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Because Mitch Morse was that veteran, but Josh doesn't need that now, right? We're past that point, but he needs a reliable center to be on the same page. So they gotta get on the same page. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they will. But he had
100 snaps at center for Dallas. He's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. But I'm talking about here with us.
Yeah. He had 100 snaps. What are you talking about? He doesn't play center. He has 100 snaps.
Okay, but I'm talking about here in Buffalo.
Tommy, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
In case you didn't catch that. He had 100 snaps. What are you talking about?
Whoa.
I would love to see his draft. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. The kid out of Wisconsin, the center, I would like to see us draft him. He's a late round guy who has upside that could, down the line take over as a future center. I'd like to see us draft if we could get BB out of Kansas State. I'd love that. Super, super solid. I think him and Torrance could anchor that interior for future years. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for Torrance's second year. I think he's only going to get better. That's a guy that you guys got to watch. And you know who else too? And not of course, not a lot of people talk about, but I think Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown coming off of a really good season. Paid. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Spencer Brown can take another big step forward, because that's another player I felt like took a giant step forward last year. That a lot of doubters too. He had a lot of doubters going into that season. If he could take another giant step forward,
year 2 with Cromer though.
Oh, dude! Like
year 2 with Cromer. Cromer's fingerprints are coming all over this offensive line.
Right. Get your back massage. Make sure your back's good. Just don't have no fucking back issues. You know what I mean? And you'll be good to go, man.
A couple of zeros if we talk about snaps. Yes, I know. I was just messing with Tommy and said he had 100 snaps. What are you talking about? What are you worried about? He had 100 snaps.
100 snaps.
He has 100 snaps in Dallas. As I said, he's going to be fine.
Just fine.
Tommy, we brought in Curtis Samuel. Does he have to have any experience at wide receiver? Because he wasn't a wide receiver here with Buffalo.
No, but listen, every quarterback. No, it's true though. Center exchange and quarterbacks. It doesn't matter. You got to have that. You just got to have that.
You're going to see a lot of McGovern and Josh together because Josh has really had only Morris his career.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's Josh is he's a different quarterback than most. I'm just saying you got to have that. Right. You got to have that connection, I guess, to understand how Josh plays. A little different. Mitch Morris.
McGovern is a veteran presence. He McGovern reminds me very much of a lot of the young Mitch Morris that we signed out of Kansas City. So I think that's what we're hoping for is we have that seamless transition and get that for the next few years.
Mm-hmm. Damn, we've been on here a minute.
All right, buddy. What's on tap for this week?
2 hours and 10 minutes. I love y'all, but fucking done. No. So nothing tomorrow. Nothing Sunday. Nothing Monday.
We went extra long for Spin. Spin told us we were slacking last week at an hour and a half.
I know, 2 hours, 7 minutes. Tuesday's Nuclear Heat Wave Wrestling Podcast, and Wednesday I'll let you guys know. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll never have to, go back and see what's on tap. So that's the best way to do it. Hit the notification bell, and you'll know when we're live. That's it.
All right, Tommy, now that free agent's here, coming up, we're going to start doing some draft stuff, mocks and so on and so forth. So having some fun on Friday nights.
Yeah, man. And we'll get the chat involved like we did last time. Yeah, yep.
See, I knew Spin was coming in. Don't be lazy. Go for another hour.
I know, right? Another fucking hour. All right, guys. So we're out of here. And, no. Yeah, not doing another hour. All right, we're out of here, man. So see you guys next week. Yeah, Bills Mafia, we love you, and as always, go Bills. Peace out. We're out. All right, and I'll play the outro. Why not? Why not?
Hell, I gotta go. He took.